right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
Biden bows out. The president's message about the future of America as speculation grows about a possible Illinois connection to a new Democratic ticket.
Straight store. Most of us missed the rain overnight. Why the chance of a shower or storm around St. Louis nudges up Thursday.
Our top story, he was just minutes away from walking free. The 11th hour move by the Missouri Supreme Court, halting the release of Christopher Dunn.
I was hoping that there was going to be an end to this obstructionist nonsense.
Just hours ago, Christopher Dunn thought after serving 34 years, he'd walk out of prison a free man. Good evening, I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. A St. Louis judge ordered Dunn to be released from prison this afternoon, 2 days after his murder conviction was overturned. Robert Townsend is live outside the courthouse with reaction to a legal roller coaster for Dunn and his family.
Mike, Kira Dunn left this courthouse hoping to hear that her husband would be free from jail. But again, Dunn tells me tonight she's devastated because it never happened. Just minutes after a St. Louis judge ordered Christopher Dunn to be released from a Missouri prison after spending 34 years behind bars, Dunn's wife was ecstatic.
We couldn't be more happy and amazed and thankful.
What's the first thing you're going to do when you see him?
Cry and just put my face in his shirt.
Christopher Dunn was just 18 when he was convicted of killing a 15-year-old in North St. Louis in 1990. Dunn has always said he was innocent. Monday, a judge overturned his conviction. Wednesday afternoon, an emergency meeting was held after Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey filed a motion to keep Dunn behind bars. Judge Jason Sangheiser then ordered Dunn to be released from a prison in Licking, Missouri.
I was hoping there was going to be an end to this obstructionism that we've been seeing and that the judge was going to say, listen, this is my order.
But about 3 hours later, Dunn and his family's hopes dashed after the Missouri Supreme Court sided with the state attorney general and blocked Dunn's release. Bailey's office said it requested an emergency stay because it was only given 1 hour's notice before Monday's hearing when Judge Sangheiser overturned Dunn's murder conviction. In a statement, Kira Dunn said, quote, "It is torture. It is pointless. It is a perversion of what justice should be in Missouri." Professor Kenya Brumfield Young teaches criminology at St. Louis University. She's been following the Dunn case from the beginning.
There's the feeling of estrangement. There's birthdays they miss. There's, passing of loved ones that they've missed. And they literally see life go by them.
Now, according to a Department of Corrections spokesman, Dunn will remain in prison until at least Monday. His legal team says, quote, "An innocent person remains behind bars and they will pursue every avenue to secure Dunn's freedom." Live downtown, Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
New tonight, a group of 25 men and women have filed a lawsuit against the Archdiocese of St. Louis, claiming they were sexually abused by priests and nuns. They also claim the church covered it up. The lawsuit only mentions Archbishop Mitchell Rosansky, but it includes dozens of defendants. The alleged abuse happened in St. Louis, St. Charles, Jefferson, and Franklin counties.
Tonight, 4 detainees at the St. Louis City Justice Center are recovering. They were rushed to the hospital after being stabbed by another prisoner. The violence comes amid ongoing concerns about safety and oversight at the jail. 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon is live now with what he's learning. Brent.
Well, Mike, it was a correctional officer who made that call for help a little after 1:30 this afternoon. With the understaffed jail with some 700 detainees, one community leader tells me it's no surprise something like this could happen.
Our biggest concern is safety. It's the safety of detainees, but also the safety of everyone else in the CJC.
That's why Darrell Gray with the Detention Facilities Oversight Board says he was relieved to get a call Wednesday as soon as something went down. 4 detainees rushed to the hospital after a stabbing, the result of a fight that broke out in a pod. In the past, oversight leaders say they struggle to get information like this.
The good thing about this is that the communication is better.
He was told there's now an internal investigation at the jail to see if staff properly followed protocol, but he's concerned about a staffing shortage.
It's hard to get police officers. It's hard to get correctional officers. It's hard to get sheriff. because of what we are paying them and what we're expecting them to do.
Gray tells me it's a ripple-down effect that can lead to incidents like what happened here Wednesday.
But you might be in your cell 22, 23 hours a day, because if you don't have enough staff and you allow detainees out, not knowing if any of them have a beef together, it's hard to manage security, it's hard to manage safety. So the best way to manage is to keep people locked up. But that's not good for detainees, because now you're creating a hostility. Once you get out, you create a greater opportunity for an explosion.
Those 4 detainees were the only ones hurt today. No word on their condition tonight. Gray says he'll be awaiting the details of that internal investigation. Live downtown, Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
FBI agents and local law enforcement conducting a massive search south of St. Louis. Dozens of excavators dug up a property in Bollinger County. The property owner says the FBI asked to search his land for possible remains. No agency has confirmed what case the search is connected to, but it happened just miles away from where 13-year-old Gina Dawn Brooks disappeared in 1989. 3 men were implicated in her case, but were never convicted due to a lack of evidence. One advocate for missing children says scenes like this can bring a number of emotions.
Well, anytime you have a missing loved one and you hear that remains are found or anything that's related to missing persons, you're always on edge, especially if you don't have a resolution.
The Missouri State Highway Patrol said they will reach out to us as soon as they have more information.
Police arrested a Fenton man for sexual abuse outside a Webster Groves restaurant. Prosecutors say Robert Merritt pushed a woman against a car and groped her. Merritt was arrested back in February for assaulting 3 women in Kirkwood. He was released after posting bond. He is now being held without bond.
I revere this office, but I love my country more.
Historic address tonight from the Oval Office. Tonight, President Biden spoke directly to Americans about his decision to drop his re-election bid for a second term. His announcement over the weekend caused a seismic shift in the 2024 presidential race.
The president told the American people, quote, "History is in your hands." NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
My fellow Americans.
President Biden sitting in the Oval Office he sought to occupy for years, telling the nation why he's walking away.
So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation. That's the best way to unite our nation.
The president acknowledging his personal struggle as pressure to drop out mounted from fellow Democrats, worried that questions over his age and mental sharpness meant he couldn't beat former President Trump.
I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future, all merited a second term. But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy.
President Biden beginning to outline his legacy, promising to work hard through his final 6 months in office and praising his new choice for nominee, Vice President Kamala Harris.
She's experienced, she's tough, she's capable.
She has quickly consolidated support campaigning today in Indiana.
I am fighting for our nation's future.
As former President Trump shifts gears and sharpens his attacks against a new opponent.
Kamala, you're fired.
President Biden thanking voters for helping him rise from a kid with a stutter to the White House, while arguing the soul of the nation is still at stake.
The great thing about America is here, kings and dictators do not rule, the people do. History is in your hands. The power is in your hands.
Casting it as a choice to move forward or backward as he prepares to move aside. President Biden followed his address with a private moment with his family, then gathered in the Rose Garden with hundreds of White House staffers. Sounds like the description of a farewell party, though he's promising to be very present both on the job and on the campaign trail for Vice President Harris throughout the rest of his term. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Growing speculation tonight, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is on the short list to be Kamala Harris's running mate. According to the Chicago Sun-Times, the Harris campaign called Pritzker today to see if he's interested. During an appearance on CNN this afternoon, Pritzker said he couldn't comment on any, quote, private conversations. He did seem open to the idea.
I love being governor of Illinois. The people of Illinois have graced me with that title for the last 2 elections, and I'd be reluctant to make a change, but it'd be hard to resist a call and consideration if the nominee called me to ask to be considered for vice president.
Other potential VP picks include Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz.
Just 2 hours ago, the Republicans running for Missouri governor debated here at the 5 on Your Side studios. Missouri Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft and State Senator Bill Eigel participated. Lieutenant Governor Mike Keogh was invited but did not show up. The candidates were asked a wide range of questions, including their views on illegal immigration.
It's unfortunate that my opponent does not want to require proof of citizenship for people to register to vote, because it's not just illegal aliens that could be here in this state. We can have citizens of other countries that are here legally. They should not be able to vote. And I would really hope, as a Republican, he would agree that we should require proof of citizenship for anyone that wants to vote.
All I'm being very clear on is that we're not going to have to worry about illegals voting in our elections, because I'm the candidate that, if elected governor of this state, is going to deport every single one of them. I don't know. I think that I'm very frustrated that Mike Kehoe's not here tonight to explain why he's actually in support of amnesty.
You can watch the entire debate tomorrow night at 7 on 5 on Your Side. It will also stream on the 5+ app.
A bridge over troubled water, creating a dangerous detour.
Irresponsible, to say the least.
Tonight, the funding fight first responders are calling a matter of life and death. Let the games begin. Competition is already underway in Paris. The slow start for a St. Louis Olympian, plus the motivation members of Team USA are finding at their fingertips.
Cooler weather is headed for Paris this weekend. Temperatures may not even make it to 70 there on Saturday with some rain. Meanwhile, here at home, we're tracking weekend rain chances and the return of summertime heat next week.
A matter of life and death. That's how the Pattonville fire chief describes prolonged delays in a bridge repair project in Maryland Heights. The Pritchard Farm Road Bridge over Fifi Creek has been closed since historic flash flooding in July 2022. The bridge connects 141 by Hollywood Casino to homes and businesses located off Creve Coeur Mill Road. The closed bridge adds more than 2 minutes to response time for the nearby Pattonville Fire Station.
For our medical response, we're in a bad location. For the simple fact, we can see it from here, but we can't get to you in a timely manner.
Chief said the county took so long to come up with a plan that it will be too late to apply for FEMA funds to cover part of the cost. And St. Louis County officials tell 5 on Your Side there's currently no funding for the estimated $6 million project.
Tonight, the mayor of Alton is speaking out against critics claiming they're making a mountain out of a sinkhole. Mayor David Goins released a letter today disputing claims of a lack of transparency over the city's handling of a massive sinkhole. It formed last month at Gordon Moore Park. Goins says the city has kept residents updated on social media and at multiple community meetings. The Mine Safety and Health Administration says the sinkhole was caused by a buildup of mud and sediment in an ancient cave. There is still no timeline yet on when the park could reopen.
Now to a live look at the Eiffel Tower. It's 5 o'clock Thursday morning in Paris. We're about 38 hours away from the opening ceremony of the 2024 Olympic Games. The competition has actually already begun. Some soccer and rugby matches were held today. Olympians have a lot of motivation and drive, of course, and sometimes they find that on their phones.
In tonight's Journey to Paris, Matt Renew asked members of Team USA one simple question. What's on your phone home screen?
When it comes to elite athletes, drive and motivation seem like a given. But even the most dedicated look for inspiration, and often
it also motivates me to be better every single day.
look to their phones to find it.
We look at our phones a lot to check the time, check what notifications are coming up.
With the pictures they set for their unlock screen.
Oh my goodness, Mom, can you bring my phone?
From pictures of loved ones.
My girlfriend. Me and Serena turkey hunting.
Me and my husband, so cute. It is my husband.
I got in trouble for it because it used to be my girlfriend.
Right now I have my mom texting me.
It's my husband and I at Disneyland.
Here's my lock screen. So it's my wife and I.
So it used to be my fiance and I, but now I was like, I love you, Aaron, but this is the priority here.
The pictures of their dogs.
This is my boyfriend and my puppy.
His name is Pablo.
This is my dog, Jasper.
Or their horses.
The big one is Grace, and the little one is Gwen.
Some have pictures of Paris.
Actually, a poster of Paris.
My lock screen is the Eiffel Tower at night.
Actually stole this from Instagram. I think it is like the mock design for the opening ceremony.
My 2024 mood board.
Others have Paris 2024 Olympic logos.
What I need to be focused on, remind me of what my goal is.
The Olympic rings.
Some look for historic moments in American history.
A big moment in history.
Or have historic locations in the U.S.
It's a picture of Atlanta, but it's actually the torch. My other one is Waffle House.
There are those that like the pictures that just come with the phones.
Because I was too lazy to put a lock screen.
Sometimes my fingers just press random things.
Or nothing at all.
This is honest to God my home screen all the time.
Athletes showed us their memories of winning at the games.
It's right after I won my bronze.
All of my competitions.
Or manifestation of the medals they hope to win in Paris.
The gold medal in Paris, because it's already mine. I just need it to be in my hand and around my neck.
Firmly believe in affirmations, so if I see the medal a lot of times, then I'll eventually see it like this.
The medals do look really cool, but like manifestation, somebody said was a really cool thing.
I'm a visualization guy. We got the gold medal.
It's the Paris gold medal.
From the personal.
This was made by one of my friends. It's an art piece, a little doodle piece.
To the odd.
It is bookshelves, but like aesthetically pleasing.
It's what athletes eye when they're eyeing gold.
It honestly is such a bad one. I should change it because everyone keeps asking.
I like how they're manifesting that gold medal. The opening ceremony for the Paris Olympics airs Friday here on 5 on your side.
And NBC's live coverage with Mike Tirico, Kelly Clarkson, and Peyton Manning begins at 11 a.m. It will also re-air in primetime beginning at 6:30. And of course, 5 on your side is your home for the Summer Olympics. For more on the events and when they'll air, plus the latest on our local Olympians competing at Paris, just text the word Paris to 314-425-5355.
Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us with the weather impact forecast. It looks like a beautiful morning.
But Scott said on his home
Paris.
screen, he's got palm trees.
Yeah, there's a palm tree there, but I don't have any.
It's wishful thinking from Scott.
It is.
And I don't have any aesthetically pleasing bookcases. Not in the Weather Center, not at home. Sorry. Tonight we've had a relatively quiet night, and for most of us, it'll stay that way. There were a couple of little showers off to the east of St. Louis, and then north of town, we have that front coming through central Illinois. So we've had some flashes of thunder that we could see off in the distance, but most of us have stayed dry today. These were the clouds building this afternoon looking from Chesterfield, but what you see as those clouds build, they weren't as tall as what we saw yesterday. And notice the sky, not all that blue. Yes, we have a lot of haze out there. The sky, kind of that milky white because you have wildfire smoke. Now, this is the near surface forecast taking us into tomorrow, and it will increase some as we head into tomorrow night, kind of behind that front, some of that Canadian wildfire. So what's the weather impact? Well, we do have some wildfire smoke, and most of it is aloft, high up in the sky, giving us these milky skies and some pretty vibrant sunrises and sunsets. Most of the smoke that's over us right now is originating from fires that are up in Canada. It's about 3 to 6 miles up in the sky, so that means it has little, if any, health impacts on us. And today, even with the relatively calm air, we never made it into that orange air quality in St. Louis for any amount of time. Stayed yellow today. 82. That's where we are right now. Feels like 84, though. Your dew point 67, little muggy. 92 for the high today. Won't be that warm tomorrow because we'll have a little extra cloud cover. Most of us are dry overnight. We drop back into the 60s to lower 70s for highs. Here's your futurecast tomorrow morning. Front still to our north. As it drops into the St. Louis area through the course of the day, the potential's certainly there that we'll have some scattered showers and thunderstorms bubbling up, especially as we head into the midday hours. and into tomorrow afternoon. But again, not looking at widespread rain across the region. Timing it out, your best chance is going to be from about lunchtime to about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon around St. Louis. And with that extra cloud cover, we do expect temperatures to hold into the mid-70s. There is your 7-day forecasts, and you can see temperatures back into the 80s here as we go through the next few days. And then by the time we get to next week, we're talking temperatures climbing back into the 90s. So there is a rain chance this weekend. That rain chance is mainly Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and into Sunday.
Keep those 90s away.
I wish we could.
All right, Scott, thanks. Frank is here with sports.
Great news if you are a sports anchor at an NBC affiliate and you love basketball. I'll explain. Bad news if you're a Cardinal fan, and really bad news if you're a soccer fan of Team USA at the Olympics.
Hey everyone, Michelle Lee here. Guess what? Dawn Harper Nelson is in studio tomorrow. She is our local gold medalist. And guess what? She's still chasing her dreams. We're going to tell you how you can see her on a new Olympic stage tomorrow on Today in St. Louis at 6 a.m.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by Telly Tire and Auto Centers, driving your way since 1942.
The one and only Satchel Paige had a great quote. Don't look back, somebody might be gaining on you. That applies to the Cardinal relationship to the Pirates. They are no longer the 100-loss Pirates team. They're young and talented and right there with the Redbirds. Take a look at Martin Perez. Now, his record was 1-5. His ERA was close to 6. Well, today, Tony Perez could not have hit Martin Perez. Matthew Liberatore wasn't as effective. 3 innings, 5 earned runs, including a 2 RBI double by Connor Joe in the second. I wonder if Ciani would have had that. And Perez was untouchable. 6 innings, 4 hits, and no runs. Pirates win 5-0. They trail the Cardinals by just a game.
Our righties have been about average, and then our lefties, our left-on-left production has been fairly low. So it's been all year. We're battling through it. There's been some games that are better than others. This is one of them that didn't go our way.
In Wrigley Field, watch closely, umpire Ryan Addition just gets smashed in the head by this foul tip. I mean, right in the noggin. And Ryan must have been a hockey player because, yes, he stayed in the game. In terms of the game, William Contreras had an RBI double in the 9th. Brewers beat the Cubs 3-2, so the Cardinals now 6 back. Hey, you'll be seeing a lot of Jason Tatum on 5 on Your Side. NBC is now a part of the new NBA TV package. We will broadcast 100 regular season games on Tuesday and Sunday nights. We will also do All-Star Weekend and 28 playoff games. Overall, the league signed an 11-year deal with multiple broadcast networks worth $76 billion. And in the Thank You, Caitlin Clark category, the WNBA is getting a blockbuster 11-year media deal with multiple networks, including NBC. It's valued at $2.2 billion. The ratings, the attendance, and the interest is at an all-time high.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
Roman Berkey was the lone City SC representative in the MLS All-Star Game tonight in Columbus, and the Roman made a magnificent save early on, but his team got beat 4-1. Finally tonight, in the you just never know what is going to happen category, it's especially true in the world of sports, but it also happens in television too. Like, for instance, who would have thought that Mike Bush would end up as St. Louis's anchor man after spending years in locker rooms and talking slam dunks and stolen bases? Who would have thought that this fun-loving, hula hoop playing Today in St. Louis wacky weather guy Scott Connell would become the man at 10 o'clock in our town in the world of weather impact? And who would have thought this dog-loving rising star in the radio world, Kelly Jackson, would transition into the 10 o'clock anchor slot at 5 on Your Side? Unexplainable things sometimes happen. And this zigzags us finally to Alec Burleson of the Cardinals. At spring training, he was likely the 5th outfielder on the depth chart and may have started the season in Memphis if it were not for injuries. Where is he now? First in batting average, first in RBI, second in homers, second in slugging percentage, second in OPS. Alec Burleson is the best offensive player on the team. Who would have thought it? And in terms of you three anchors, well, it's like the old Virginia Slim cigarette commercial. You've come a long way, baby. And that's Frankly Speaking for tonight. I'll be back with the big three anchors after this.
We are out of time. There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.
Start your day with Today in St. Louis at 4 a.m. Have a great tomorrow.